Hi everyone, my name is Lydia and this is what I wish they taught me about econometrics and introduction. In the previous video, we introduced the dummy variable and the fact that there's only two values that it can take, a 0 or a 1, 0 being no and the 1 being yes. We saw that the beta in front of the dummy only estimates a difference between the two groups. And that is very important to always know what your base group is. So now let's see and extend that simple regression, that simple model that we came up with once we add numerical values and really see from there how the interpretation that we've had so far adapts or changes. So imagine we have a model y is equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 dummy plus beta 2, let's say x2, x1 plus, we can also add in here if we wanted beta 3 ln x2 plus an error term. Okay. If we wanted to give even more context into it, let's say that y is happiness, so some score of happiness that we are trying to estimate being equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 hat, the dummy of employed, plus let's say beta 2 where we've got hours of sports that you engage in, and let's say beta 3 is ln of the salary that you get, and let's put hats everywhere. Okay, so let's assume this is the model put into context. Let's look at the interpretation. If you remember from when we talked about moving from a simple regression to a multiple regression, what we did was adding that ceteris paribus keyword into our interpretation while keeping all of the math logic exactly the same. So in the previous video, we said that, well, the beta in front of the dummy is the difference on average between the two groups. In our case, it means that we're looking at this beta one and we're looking at differences between, on average, in happiness between employed and unemployed people. So the interpretation that we're going to give this beta one in here is that beta one hat measures the average difference in happiness, or predicted happiness if we wanted to be even more correct, between employed and unemployed people, holding x1, which means hours of sports and salary constant. Keep in mind that for the salary for the people who are unemployed, let's say that would be the benefit. So whatever sort of income that they are getting into. And we are connecting this back to this partial effect idea. What happens when you do the interpretations of beta 2 hat or beta 3 hat? It's exactly the same. So happiness and hours, that is just a level model. So it means that if I increase the number of hours of sports by 1 hour, then my happiness will increase, decrease by whatever like the sign is of the beta 2 hat. So it will, let's say, increase by beta 2 hat units of happiness. Okay. Now, keep in mind though, that something though fundamentally changes. And the question in here is, well, I know that this beta 1 is going to tell me the difference in predicted happiness between employed and unemployed. What is actually happening to the beta 2 and the beta 3 hat? Do they estimate these changes in happiness for people who are employed or for people who are unemployed? And the short answer and the quick answer, but keep in mind that we'll see the actual reasoning behind it in a separate video, is that the beta 2 and the beta 3 hat, unfortunately, they only give you information at this stage for the base group. The regression as is not giving you any information about how hours of sports or salary or benefits is actually affecting the other group, meaning employee being equal to 1. I hope at least this was helpful to kind of tell you the information that this beta 1 tells you and the information that it does not tell you. And we'll see in the next videos how we can improve this model so that we make sure we have all the information necessary for both the employed and unemployed subgroups in here. We're also going to see a very particular phenomenon called the dummy variable trap. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.